All right, here we are. Hello, everyone. Feels so good. Welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Fight Talk. This is it. This is UFC 314 Fight Week, and we're also ending the constant streak of either FNFT episodes or UFC Fight Night cards. Take it as you wish. But here we are. Probably. So far, I don't really know how they can make an event to top this. The event of the year. We'll see what they bust out on International Fight Week, but I don't think International Fight Week will be that good. And I want to talk about International Fight Week later. A little bit about the main event, stuff like that. But we're here. UFC 314. My favorite fighter ever, Alexander Volkanovski, is coming back to face the contender, Diego Lopes, who's on, I believe, 5-fight win streak. And yeah, this is it. I don't think I have much else to say. I just gotta make sure, because we actually do have Q&A this week. Let me find my post. Now, actually, here's another thing I saw. It was fucking Gene Silva missed weight. I'm recording this after the weigh-in show. He missed weight, but an hour later he was able to weigh in, make the weight. But yeah, but the thing was, it was so fucking weird to me. I was in my basement, okay, and I was watching. I forget what I was watching. It's probably sports, and I thought about it, and I was like, what if Gene Silva misses weight just to piss Bryce Mitchell off? Like, I really just thought about that, okay? Like, I completely random. I thought, like, man, he seems like the type of person to purposely miss weight by, like, a pound to piss Bryce Mitchell off. And I look at my phone, and I am scrolling, and all the posts I see are Gene Silva missed weight. He has 1 hour to make weight. And I see him rambling on about how he's going to come back and whoop Bryce Mitchell's ass. Like, and it was just like, what the fuck? I just thought of that. I was on my, just after I got home from the gym. Yeah, anyways. Great card we got coming up. Let's get into the picks. So, starting off, we got the only women's fight on this card. Or, sorry, not only women's fight. A women's fight on this card. God. Oh, it's my least favorite division, too. We got Nora Cornell versus Haley Cowan. Nora Cornell, I'm just going to say, Nora Cornell's going to win a decision. I don't care that she lost to Cavalcanti or whatever her fucking face is. Haley Cowan, I think, is just kind of a fucking can. Yeah, I ain't got much else to say there. I'm picking Nora Cornell to win the decision. Now, this next one is actually quite competitive for me. I see a lot of people going back and forth on their picks. We got Trishan Gore, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that, versus Marco Tulio. Now, Marco Tulio, he's training out of Chute Box, fucking Oliveira's camp. And he, like, I won't lie, he's been looking amazing recently. Fucking, I'm blanking on the thoughts. His last win, now granted, it was like kind of shit over Ihor Potieria. Just Ihor Potieria kind of gets shafted. And Trishan Gore, I think he came back after a long layoff, and he's been on, I think he's on a 2-fight win streak. Don't get me wrong, he's all right, but Marco Tulio, I'm gonna pick Marco Tulio to win by decision. I believe that he's gonna have more weapons. He's gonna be more versatile, and he should be able to control the fight in most areas. Like, his jiu-jitsu should be pretty good. His striking, he's already shown it in the Potiera fight, is good. Especially at Chute Box, they do train their boxing pretty well. You can tell. Look at Charles Oliveira. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Marco Tulio. Okay, next up. Now this one, I don't know what is special about this one. Oh, midget versus tall. Yeah. Hang on. We got Sumu Derji versus Mitch Raposo. Now, Mitch Raposo, you might not remember him, but he fought Andre Lima on UFC 302. Got his ass completely whooped, and that was the night of really bad decisions. I think someone scored at 29-28 Raposo. It was not even that close. Sumu Derji was ranked, but now he's outside the rankings. And don't get me wrong, he's not actually the worst. He's losing to ranked guys. He's losing to these fucking ranked guys. Like, the only people he loses to in this division are the best of the best. Or not, I shouldn't say best of the best. Ranked. There. He lost to Matt Schnell, somehow. I won't lie. Tim Elliott and Charles Johnson as well. But yeah, and Mitch Raposo, kind of a fucking can. I think he was brought into the UFC on short notice. And he really didn't look good against Andre Lima, so I'm just gonna say I'm gonna pick Sumu Derji, and I'm gonna say Sumu Derji. No, I'm not gonna say he's gonna finish him. I'm just gonna say we'll say Sumu Derji wins by decision. I don't like picking this many decisions, but I'm out of the tournament, so it doesn't matter. Oh man, I think I had the lowest score last week. I had 700 in the tournament. It was fucking bad. I gotta work on a loser's bracket. I'm not gonna do it this season because it's already in like the middle of the season, but I'm gonna do a loser's bracket next season because I feel bad for everyone who got eliminated. And Liam and I think Right Hook brought up some real good ideas for that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that next season. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Okay, next up, this one's interesting for me. We got Cedric Stuma versus Mikhail Jacek. Now I thought Mikhail got cut. If that's just me. Cedric Stuma or Cedric, I don't fucking know how you say his name. I think I won't lie, just because he looks like a fucking bathroom stall wall. Okay. Doesn't mean he's shit. I actually won't lie. Like, I don't think he's awful. Don't get me wrong. That could bite me in the ass. But he's only lost to Josh Fremd and Ruzaboyev in the UFC. So, and Mikhail over here. Now, don't get me wrong. Mikhail has kind of been getting shafted. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, but you have to look at who he's fought. Like, his last 3 fights, we've got Shar Magomedov, Kevin Holland, Michel Pereira. All 3 of those guys are ranked. And now he has a win over Njokiani, right? Like, that's even aging better considering he's getting close to the rankings or he's on a win streak. And yeah, even before that, fuck Kyle Barrio, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, the guy's been fighting really high-level dudes. But as to who I'm gonna pick here, I won't lie. I know he's the underdog. I'm gonna pick Cedric Stuma by decision. I won't say that he will finish Mikhail, because the only time Mikhail's finished is when he fucking got his arm broken against Kevin Holland. Or sorry. That's a lie. Got subbed by Michel Pereira. Forgot about that. But he went to the decision with Shar. Don't get me wrong. The guy's durable. And Mikhail's grappling is really shit. I see a lot of people saying that, Mikhail's got a good grappling base. Shut the fuck up. No, he doesn't. Listen, when you're getting subbed by Kevin Holland in 2024, that's when you know something's seriously gone wrong. Kevin Holland is not that good of a grappler. I know that's a bit of a hot take there, but I really don't think he's that good of a grappler. Neither is Mikhail. I don't think Mikhail's a good grappler. Anyways, I'm going to pick Cedric Stuma by decision. That one could come back and bite me in the ass. Okay, opening up the prelims. We've got Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Darren Elkins, he's getting up there in age. I think he's like 40-ish. Coming off a win over Daniel Pineda, though. In a match I did not pick him in. Did not expect him to win that. And Julian Erosa, who did he win against last? I know he subbed him. Christian Rodriguez? Was it Christian Rodriguez? I think so. And yeah, riding 2-fight win streak or something. Don't get me wrong. He's got real good grappling. He's grappling. No one tests grappling of Erosa. He's got real good grappling. And I will say, I don't know why he's this big of a favorite. I wouldn't pick him to blow out Darren Elkins. But I'm going to pick him to win. And I am going to say he will submit Darren Elkins in the second round. That's just me, though. Okay. Moving on. This one, man, this is a good fight. We got Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. We got the old crafty veteran versus the Charles Dubrox Jr. Yeah, man, this is... Don't get me wrong. The stats show or the betting odds show a different story. This is a closer fight than people think. On the feet, I actually think Jim Miller would beat him. That might be a hot take. I think Jim Miller's been around for long enough. He's a crafty striker. I think on the feet, Jim Miller would piece him up. But that's not where this fight's going to go. Jim Miller, he's just getting a little slower with his age. What is he, 41 now? He's just getting a little slower. And with that, Chase Hooper, he's got great jiu-jitsu. And he's really quick. So, I'm going to say Chase Hooper's going to submit Jim Miller in the second. And I know Jim Miller does have really good jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure his defense is still up there. But Chase Hooper is only getting faster, and Jim Miller's only getting slower. So, I'm going to say Chase Hooper's going to sub Jim Miller. And also, I'm a little bit of a bias, because Chase Hooper plays Dark Souls. And I really like Dark Souls. So, yeah. And it's not like I don't like Jim Miller either. I picked Jim Miller to beat Bobby Green. Okay, at 300. Okay, sorry. Moving on. We got Yan Xiaonan versus Virna Jandiroba, the only other women's fight on this card. Unless I'm seriously forgetting one up there, but this is a number one contender fight. So I would highly doubt that this is fucking the highest up there. Yan Xiaonan coming off that win over Tabitha Ritchie. Really sad about it because Tabitha Ritchie's got a fat ass. Virna Jandiroba looking at me funny, but I can't actually tell if she's looking at me. And also, at main event, coming off the win over Amanda Lemos on the first episode of Friday Night Fight Talk, if y'all remember that, way back when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Wow, I might have just peeked the mic. So, I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm going to say Virna Jandiroba wins a decision. She's looked really good lately. The Pirate, I think, is going to take this. Now, I can't actually tell if she's a Pirate because I don't know if the other eye works, is the thing. Yeah, I don't know if the other eye works at all, but we're picking her to win. I think Yan Xiaonan, don't get me wrong, she's excellent, but Virna Jandiroba's just been on the rise. Do I think Jandiroba beats Weili? Hell no. But yeah. Okay. Now, featured prelim. We got Dan Ige versus the alien Sean Woodson, dude. I forgot how weird Sean Woodson looks, dude. Especially with the height comparison, man. There's such a height difference. Sean Woodson's legs are so fucking long. I think he's got longer legs than, what's his face? Stipe Miocic. He's 6'2" at featherweight. It's fucking crazy. And Danny Ige is over here at 5'7". Anyways, Sean Woodson on a great win streak lately. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you here and act like I think he won over Alex Caceres. Also, that's another talking point. Where the fuck is Alex Caceres? He lost to Sean Woodson and he just disappeared. But yeah, Sean Woodson, bit of a decisionator. Had that decision robbery over Jourdain as well, because, you know, Jourdain totally won that fight. Totally wasn't a close fight at all. I thought Jourdain blew him out. And a little bit of a robbery over Caceres. It was a really close fight. But yeah, he's on a good win streak. He had that draw. And I see a lot of people picking Danny Ige here. And don't get me wrong. I really think Danny Ige is good. And when you're fighting Danny Ige when he's ranked number 15, you're absolutely fucked. If you're fighting Danny Ige when you're down in competition, you're kind of fucked. But I'm not going to lie. Sean Woodson has been on this hot streak lately. I got to pick Sean Woodson by decision, man. I don't like to pick it. But I don't think Danny Ige is going to beat him, man. That's just me. But I will say, Danny Ige is fucking crazy when he's fighting down in competition. So, like, mythical fighters, Danny Ige, ranked number 15. Like, we could see something seriously special here, and that's what I want to happen. But I think the alien's gonna break into the rankings. I think he's gonna beat Danny Ige. Okay, now opening up the main card. That fucking traitor. Wait, what? I thought Krylov was from Ukraine. Why is he representing Russia now? His brother just completely switched sides. Well, I was gonna pick Krylov because he's Ukrainian, because like my family's Ukrainian. But hang on, whoa. He might have a little bit of a sway here. No, I was just kidding there. It doesn't really matter what country you're from, but I just find it really fucking weird. Krylov, finishing machine. Wow, that sounds gay. I think he's got what 98% finish rate, something like that, 96. And Dominic Reyes doesn't need much explanation. Had that career resurgence. He's on a 2-fight win streak now, and I get that he beat Anthony Smith and Dustin Jacoby. But just not getting chinned. Remember, this is the same guy that got knocked out by a jab from Ryan Spann. And we need to think about this. Okay? So, yeah. Had a bit of a skid. Took some time off. Didn't know if he was going to be able to compete again. But now he's back. And he's looked really good. Nikita Krylov. Where the fuck has this guy been? Man, this guy's been gone. His last win was over Ryan Spann 2 years ago. Okay? Now listen. I do get it. He was supposed to fight Azamat Mirzakhanov on what is it? 309. Now I forget. Now don't get me wrong, I could be forgetting. I know Azamat's popped before, but I forget if he popped this time. I think he just got injured. Krylov's running a 3-fight win streak. They were all within the span of a year, and now this guy just disappeared. Okay? My thing with Nikita Krylov is people kind of forget that he would win one and lose one, okay? He lost to Paul Craig. Who loses to Paul Craig, man? Jamal Hill. Okay, all right. Name another person. Exactly, okay? Okay, don't say Ankalaev. Say someone else. Everyone says Ankalaev. Exactly, right? No one, okay? Except for Nikita Krylov. And he's also lost to Ankalaev, and he had that win over Walker. So, he was kind of a win one, lose one before. Not really. But when you lose to Paul Craig, it's just a little iffy for me, man. Now, I get Dominic Reyes is on his career resurgence, right? He had that win over Anthony Smith, but that Anthony Smith is downfall Anthony Smith, don't get me wrong. And Dustin Jacoby, not a bad win. Dustin Jacoby's a really good win. And we really don't know what to expect from Krylov here because he's been out for so long. He's just been out forever. So, I'm gonna pick Nikita Krylov to KO Reyes. Because it's not like Reyes still isn't chinny. Don't get me wrong, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen him get chinned in a while. But I think that we're going to see him get chinned. And I just think Nikita's actually really good. So I'm going to pick Nikita Krylov. I'm going to say he KOs him in first or second. It'll be one of them. But don't get me wrong, I would be very happy if Dominic Reyes won too. I like both these guys. Next up, people's main event over here. We got Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. I feel like a lot of people are hyped as hell for this matchup. Bryce Mitchell, been talking about Hitler and stuff, fishing, you know, what rednecks do. Wait, hang on, sorry. Did they fuck up Bryce Mitchell's record on the website? Am I not wrong, or is he 17-2-0? Is that just me? Who did he lose to? He lost to Emmett Topuria. They fucked up his record. Did they not? I think they did. This could just be being an absolute retard. But on the website, it says that he's 17-3. I think he's 18-2, is he not? Let's look this shit up on ESPN. ESPN, MMA, Bryce Mitchell. I wish I could pull this up on screen, but I'm too lazy to edit. Oh no, he's 17-3. Who the fuck did he lose to? Oh, Brad Katona. Yep, forgot about that. I knew he did that, but I thought Tough didn't count because it's only the 2 rounds. Okay, well then maybe never mind. I'm fucking stupid. All right. I thought he was counted as undefeated until the Taporia fight. I'm fucking stupid then. All right. But yeah, Bryce Mitchell, really well rounded. I will say he's pretty well rounded. Now he's got that knockout win on his record because he fucking slammed KO'd Chrome Gracie the fucking can. And I don't think Gene Silva needs much of an introduction either. The guy's been tearing up featherweight. People are really scared of this guy. Barks like a retard. This is the battle of CTE versus autism, dude. Like, I'm actually telling you. Bryce Mitchell being CTE, Gene Silva being autism, dude. Brothers going, ow, 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 ow. I put a lot of dogs down in my day. Crowd goes fucking wild. I'm getting off track. Now, I see a lot of people picking Bryce Mitchell in this matchup, and I also see a lot of people picking Gene Silva, but who do I got here? I think this fight will actually be very competitive. I think a lot of people are saying that this is either going to be a blowout for Bryce Mitchell or a blowout for Gene Silva. I don't think so. I think this is a very, very competitive fight. I think both these guys are really going to be, like, maybe Gene Silva opens up hot. Bryce Mitchell maybe wins the second round. He's grappling well. And it all comes down to that third round. And I think Gene Silva is going to fluke KO Bryce Mitchell in the third round. I think we are going to see a very late fluke KO from Gene Silva. Very late in the round. And I hate to say it because I actually don't hate Bryce Mitchell. A lot of people don't like the shit he's been saying lately. I don't hate the guy. Seems like a very real dude. Doesn't really have a filter. Doesn't know what to say and what not to say. But I am going to pick Gene Silva to KO him. I don't like saying that. I like Bryce Mitchell, but I think it's gonna happen. Featured bout. We got Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Now, I actually think Pitbull's the favorite going into this, which shocks me. Because, mind you, Pitbull is, I think he's 40. Is he not? Like, he's fucking up there in age. And don't get me wrong, Yair isn't great either. Like, Yair's saying he should get a title shot if he wins this. No. As much as I hate the guy, Movsar Evlev is going to be next in line after this. But holy fuck. That's and also I'm assuming everyone saw them arguing and yapping at the press conference like right? Like that was it for like a solid 10 minutes until it was over. Now I see a lot of people picking Pitbull. I see most people picking Pitbull. I am going to say this is a layup fight for Yair Rodriguez, and I'm going to pick Yair Rodriguez by decision. Don't get me wrong, I actually really want Pitbull to win this. I want to see him succeed in the UFC so we can have a fresh face in featherweight. Someone for Volk to fight next. Spoiler. But yeah, I'm going to pick Yair to win this, and if they give Yair a title shot, that is insane fucking Dana White privilege. Whether fucking Volk or, like, Volk literally has a win over Yair. Volk has a fucking win over Yair, like, not even that long ago. One win is not good enough to secure a title shot, okay? Especially when the champion is still the guy that just beat you, all right? Now, it would be a different case if it was a robbery, okay? Like Strickland, Dricus Strickland 2, okay? Really close fight, robbery. Volk dominated Yair. Volk fucked him, okay? Anyways, Yair decision. I'm getting off track. But I would like to see Pitbull succeed, so maybe we can have a fresh face in the UFC. Maybe a fresh face in title contention at featherweight. Next up, co-main event. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. These are two guys that I don't really like that much, okay? So this is really hard to pick, okay? And don't get me wrong. All the odds are in Paddy's favor. He definitely has the better striking. He has the better grappling, probably. But I got a fucking feeling, I'm going off a hunch here, that Michael Chandler is going to KO Paddy Pimblett. That's my pick. I am actually picking, see you at the top, Iron Michael Chandler to KO Paddy Pimblett in round number 3 of 5. I think it's going to be similar to the Ferguson fight. I see a lot of people picking round 1 KO, and I could see that happening, but I can't. And he's going to fucking call it Conor McGregor after. And he's going to be like, and I know you're watching this at home, and I got one dude on my mind, Conor McGregor! It's going to be like that, and the crowd's going to go, I can't tell if the crowd's going to go, or if they're going to be boo. Yeah. I'm going to pick Michael Chandler to KO him. I think it's going to actually, I think it's actually going to fucking happen. I know it seems wild, but that's my pick. I'm being dead ass. And in the main event, I probably just peaked my mic during the whole Conor McGregor call out too, so y'all probably didn't even hear it. You got my favorite fighter of all time, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. And I also bought his custom shorts, and I got a t-shirt today too that I'm gonna wear. I don't have a Volk shirt yet, so I'm fucking pumped. So here's how this fight's gonna play out. I think round 1 is gonna be tough for Volk. And so I could see Diego trying to hit him in the pocket, just trying to be vicious. Diego slows down a lot later in the fight. And I'm going to see, I'm going to say either 48-47 or 49-46 Volk for a decision. I am picking Alexander Volkanovski to reclaim his belt. I am going 49-46. He took the year off. He took what he needed, okay? He's doing something very smart. Now, most people probably couldn't recover from something like that, but Alexander Volkanovski is not most people, okay? I am saying, fuck, sorry for the Volk glaze. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Volk to reclaim his title. And yeah. This episode is getting a little long, so I want to do the things I want to do, but Volk's gonna get the belt back. So I want to talk about International Fight Week really quick before we get into Q&A. What do y'all think the main event's gonna be? Because we're looking at it now, and there's not a lot of options. And right now, what I'm leaning towards is I think this is a lock. 100% the main event for me. Dreykus versus Hamzat, I think, is going to be our main event for this year's International Fight Week. And then in the co-main, this is my hot take. I have Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira 2. Don't get me wrong, I want to see Ilya versus Oliveira, but I think Oliveira turned that fight down. And especially since it's a fight at the top of that division, it would secure him a title shot. For both those guys, I'm going to say, yeah. It's going to be Max versus Oliveira. Could be Ilya Oliveira. And it also has potential to be Pantoja and Kai Kara France. I think that's another realistic one. I think we could see Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. Okay. Getting into our Q&A here. Is Trishan Gore going to squeeze his third Gilly in a row against Marco Tulio? I do. 3-piece, I think you forgot a word in the middle there. I don't think so. I think Marco Tulio is going to win. I know you love I know you love women's MMA in the down low, but Yan Jianan versus Verna Janaroba is going to be a decent fight. Not wrong. Verna wins and gets the next title shot at Wei Li. The question is whether Wei Li goes up or not. Because Wei Li has the option to go up. Thing is, Valentina has the option to go out, and Valentina would whoop Juliana Pena. I don't know about Kayla Harrison. She would fucking whoop Juliana Pena. Woodson's boxing is way underrated, and the Ige jab is money, but Woodson still pieces up. Yep, I agree. John is still ducking Tom. Yep, that's true. The entire main card is a 50-50 gamble to me. 100%. I agree with you here. Yeah, all these fights are super close, and that's what makes this such a good card. They're so tough to predict. Nikita Krylov is coming off a 2-year layoff, and other than the Paul Craig choke, he's only lost to UFC champions and Dominic Reyes, who beat John Jones. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I thought that. And Dominic Reyes, who beat John Jones, he did. Seems to be having a renewed surge in his career. I agree. Does Ring Rust win this for Dom? I think Nikita's winning, but we could definitely see that. I think that is a possibility. Bryce versus Gene. We know the two possible scenarios that this will end up going. So my only question is, do you think Gene sent demons to infiltrate Bryce's dreams? I don't know if that's possible. But I don't know. Maybe he slipped something in Bryce's drink one night. Cause Bryce has gone off fucking rails. He's fucking crazy now. Yair versus Pitbull. Is this where the levels in the promotions get surfaced? How do you even train for a guy like Yair? There's nobody like him. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to train for Yair. He's tall, especially as Pitbull is short. We could see a gap in the promotion, but we got to remember all the people that came from Bellator. We got like Eddie Alvarez, Michael Chandler himself. Now, granted, he's kind of a fucking can. Tons of people came from Bellator, and yeah, have they found success as just people who came from like the Contender Series, stuff like that? No, not at all. But they have potential. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Cheatler versus Pimblitch. You could not have said it better myself. I don't like either of them. This is similar to Bryce Silva fight. Cheatler is strong at those heat. Patty is longer, and his striking is very underrated. So on the feet, Patty even has a chance. He doesn't get clipped much. I'm hoping Patty gets his back, and rear naked chokes him so tight that Cheatler shits his pants. Chandler KO or Patty sub? I think Chandler KO. Now, don't get me wrong. I forgot to bring this up. Chandler is the type of guy to get fucking KO'd by Patty. That's just me. He's the type of guy to get KO'd by Patty. Because look at who he's been KO'd by. He's been KO'd by Oliveira. That's not bad. But he's also been subbed by Dustin. Okay, he's getting subbed by strikers and knocked out by grapplers. But that's just me. Okay. Volk Lopes, both guys are very likable. I know. I like both of these guys. I do like both of them. I forgot to bring that up as well. I really like both of them. Just, like, I'm still going to be happy for Lopes if he wins. That does not mean I'm not going to be fucking depressed. I'm going to be broken if Volk loses, dude. Volk looks to be in fantastic shape. You know, he trained really hard for this. Think it'd be too much for Diego? I agree. I agree with you there. I think Volk is going to get a 49-46 or 48-47 for me. And I think he will lose the first round. That's the only thing on my mind. Conor McGregor. I'm sorry I had to say that. I heard on my mind and I just thought of Michael Chandler instantly. But yeah. Yeah, that's my picks. And that's our Q&A as well. I'm recording this episode a little earlier in the day. Sorry if someone releases some questions. I finally done it. I have a date later. I have to ask what girl is crazy enough to go out with me. This girl apparently. She seems really sweet. So I had to take her out. And we'll see where it goes from there. I'm gonna hope I can get her hooked on MMA though. That's just me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hope it goes well. Wish me luck, guys. This sounds bad. I'm gonna say this now. I've never taken someone on a date before. I've never been in a relationship. I can't believe I'm saying this now. This sounds really weird. I'm getting way too personal. But yeah. What is it? 34 minutes? How much longer can I ramble on for? Oh wait, yeah, I already said that. Fucking whoops. I was just gonna re-announce Ian Gary and Carlos Prates. Also, for UFC Iowa, did anyone see that Jeremy Stevens is down there on the prelims, man? Which, for how good he's been doing in bare knuckle, man, pop that guy up to the top. Also, Sean O'Malley and Marab 2 got announced, actually. That's yeah, and Kayla and Pena. I forget if it's been that long since since last week, but yeah. All right, that's time. Okay. Thank you guys once again. Wish me luck today. And I told her I was not free Saturday for good reasons. Thank you guys. I'll see you all next week.